50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of The Dream Wager presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. A little more on them in just a little, but welcome, everyone. Episode 518 of The Dream Wager. Today is Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. Apologies on the day late episode. I was having some, let's just say the travel back home from the great state of Florida was a little challenging, but playoffs are back. And do we have a playoff problem? A lot of favorites winning.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but glad to playoff basketball. I'm reading that historic rating, so viewership is up. That's good. Starting to feel like summer, Dale. I'm gonna say spring is finally upon us. Took a little longer than expected, but spring is here. You see the sun busting out the window, people. I'm glad to be here, Dale. Let's get into it after a busy weekend.
Yeah, playoffs are back. Both NBA and NHL. A lot of favorites winning. I think the only underdog to win was Minnesota and Golden State. Pistons did win game 2, but outside of that, Cavs took care of business. Pacers took care of business. Boston took care of business. Nuggets took care of game 1. Clippers came back and won game 2. I mean, we could start wherever you want. I guess we could start the first one with the Grizzlies. They blew them out by 50, and I'll die on this hill. But if you lose by 50 points, you're done. Like, they're going to get swept. Maybe they'll cover the 14.5 here for game 2. But, I mean, it was over quick.
Yeah, defensively, give OKC credit. They just smothered the Memphis Grizzlies. Collectively, Scottie Pippen Jr. 1 for 9 from the field. Desmond Bane 3 for 12. Ja 6 for 12. Zach Edey 2 for 5. Jared Jackson Jr. 2 for 13. That's just from your starting lineup. That's just unacceptable. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably won't go out the limb as Dylan will, but that was a bad performance from the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not going to say they don't deserve to be in it or whatnot, but I think we see a bounce back. I think we're going to see a better game for Desmond Bane, John Morant, Jared Jackson Jr. because they've been there and done that. I understand OKC Thunder is the best team. You could make their top 3 in both sides of the ball. I think we're going to see a better matchup today. I'm not saying Memphis is going to win, people. But all I'm saying is I think we're going to see a better matchup moving forward because that was a little humiliating and a punch to the mouth. And I think we're going to see Grizzlies fight back a little better. I'm not saying they're live for the series, people. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I highly doubt we're going to see this much of a blowout again in this series.
Are they the best team in the league? I mean, if you go player for player, and I guess you could compare them, or if we take the best team from the West, which are the Thunder, in my opinion, and the best team from the East, and I know the Cavs have the 1 seed, but I'm going to say it's the Celtics. Player for player, I mean, the Thunder. Is it the Thunder's year? I mean,
it's hard
I
to
don't
deny
know.
it, Dale. This team was 5 games away from having the greatest record in NBA history.
Yeah.
So they're a very great team. I think they have a top 5 or top 6 regular season record of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So what they was able to do, not just this year, these past 2 seasons, they're great. My only thing is they got to show it to us. Come late May, come June, they got to show us they for rare. Because I think they could do it, though. They just hasn't showed us yet in the big stage. Still a very young team.
And not against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They are the best team in the NBA.
All right, let's go to the next game, and I think this is going to be the series, the best series, not even just in the West Coast, but I think of all the first round playoffs. Nuggets, we got that right. They took game 1. Ty Lue, your boy, he came back, made some adjustments. Much better game in game 2. They even it up. Clippers now -4.5 coming back home to the Intuit Dome. What a game from Russell Westbrook in game 1, though, real quick. I mean, he had a crazy shot. Then he would have a crazy turnover. Then he would make a crazy shot. Then he doesn't get the ball up in the last shot. Then he goes in overtime. It was pure Russell Westbrook. I loved it because you never know what you're going to get. Yeah. But I'll say this. He's the future Hall of Famer. He's a top 75 player in the NBA. That's not me saying it. That's voters saying it. They put him in.
Yeah, let's not forget Russ is a little past his prime, people, but he still gives all out effort, and he's gonna be shown. That's all. Do I think Russ was good game 1? Yes. Game 2 could have been better. But at the end of the day, what Russ is gonna do? He's gonna turn the ball over. If the ball is in his hands, he's gonna end up turning the ball over. That's the thing. If it wasn't for him turning the ball over as much as he do, he probably would be starting. Let's just start there. Probably not, but he'd probably be starting. And we all know Russ. He hits big shots, he misses big shots, but he's not scared of the moment. And that's one thing the Denver Nuggets least respect. And that's why he's getting the playing time he is. 23 minutes, most on the bench. It's just, can he slow down the turnovers? Can he be a little more patient with the ball? I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not very sure either. As much as I want them to win, I do think this is going to go 7 games. My over 5.5 is looking good so far. Let's go to the Lakers. And I know a lot of people are worried about game 2 tonight. Lakers are 5.5 point favorites. I'm not worried about the Lakers. I know a lot of people, they're worried. Luka played great. And I highly doubt LeBron will have 0 points in the first quarter again. He cannot. At a certain point, he's just going to be like, give me the ball, and I'm going to take over this game. Not just defensively. That's kind of what I do. If you want to worry about the Lakers, I think it's on the defensive side. I don't necessarily think it's offensive. Offense, they are going to be just fine. I am not worried about them. I think they'll be just fine. And I think defensively, they're going to make JJ Redick's going to make some adjustments where they're going to make Ant into a playmaker as opposed to a scorer. And I think if they do that, force Gobert, force Dante DiVincenzo, force other guys to try to make some baskets, that's the recipe to beat this team. Lakers in 5.
Lakers not in 5, Dale. I'm not going to overreact like most of the people out there are. Minnesota is a very good team, but you could say one of the most talented players in the league, and Anthony Edwards. I think it was just a great overall game and game 1 plan and execution by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Julius Randle wasn't the best game, but 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. I'll take that. Jaden Daniels, 11 for 13 from the field, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line, give you 25 points. You will take that, Dale. So yes, Anthony Edwards wasn't the most efficient in the game, but overall, 4 from 9 from the 3-point line is pretty damn good. The biggest flaw to me that what I saw from game 1 is, who are the Lakers gonna rely on at the 5 position? Because when they can't really play small ball against this Minnesota team because they're so big. Maybe against these other teams, maybe like Golden State, maybe Memphis, something like that. But against Minnesota, I think they're gonna struggle. I think Jackson Hayes is gonna struggle. Let's see if Alex Lynn get a little more playing time. Because to be honest, though, Vinny Smith, Hachimura, and LeBron James, that's a small lineup there, and I think they're vulnerable, especially against some of these bigger teams like a Minnesota. So to me, they're just gonna have to slow down some of the role players, like you said, try to take the ball out the Anthony Edwards' hands and make these other guys beat you. But if Jalen Daniels is gonna go out there shoot 11 for 13 from the field, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line, it's gonna be a tough series for the Lakers. So I do think they'll bounce back, but they're going to be having a tough battle at the number 5 position.
Yeah, good game 1. I just don't anticipate it happening again. And if your second best scorer is Julius Randle, as a Knicks fan, that is good for your opponent. So not very worried if I am the Lakers. I think they'll be just fine. Warriors, man. This is a lower seed that I'm thinking you have some worries about the Rockets because they don't like each other. It was a very physical game. Jimmy Butler played well. And I think the experience with him, Steph, Draymond, Stephen Kerr, and yes, Ahmed Thompson's good, and Dylan Brooks is good, but the inexperience, I think it showed. Yes, it showed in game 1 at home, and I think the Warriors are gonna big bro them a little bit. And I think they're gonna win this series, kid.
Yeah, to be honest, after game 1, wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors win this series in 5 or 6 games after what we saw in game 1, Dill. But I think this is just a reality check. I think Seagun, he started off hot. He honestly took control of the game, in the first half, really. If it wasn't for his performance in the first half, Golden State would have blew them out. Would have blew out the Houston Rockets. Look at everybody from Thompson, Brooks, Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet shot 4 from 19 from the field, 2 for 13 from 3. I think he'll be better moving forward, Dill. I think Jalen Green, 3 for 15 from the field, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line. Let's not forget, this is his first career playoff game. So I don't expect somebody. Look at Cade Cunningham. Not to jump ahead, but Cade Cunningham struggled in his first career playoff game. He was flourishing in his second career playoff game. So I expect, the Jalen Greens of the world, the Ahmad Thompsons of the world, to have a better bounce back game. So I think they'll be just fine. I do agree with you after what we saw game 1. I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State win the series, but I still think this is the Houston Rockets series to lose. I like them tomorrow night as well. But great job from Steve Kerr. They were ready to play.
Cavs blow out the Heat in game 1. Now they're laying 11.5 here in game 2 tomorrow night. Kid, it's always the Heat. They always win these playing games and they get into the playoffs and everyone thinks they're going to make a run. I don't know if it's going to be this year.
Yeah, definitely not going to make a run. We saw it, previous years they had playoff Jimmy. He was magical. Don't get me wrong. I think Bam Adebayo is a hell of a player. I like Tyler Hero a lot. I think he's shown that he could be a trusted star player in this league. Andrew Wiggins, solid guy as well, but they just don't have the firepower to keep up. It's a shame that they're going against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but they just don't have the firepower for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So wouldn't be surprised if this series is over in 4. I give Heat credit if they go 5.
Indiana won game 1 and a poll. I don't know if you saw by Anonymous, but Tyrese Halliburton got rated the most overrated player in the NBA. And while I agree with that.
Wow.
100%.
You agree with that?
100%.
Look at Ron. I'm not the biggest Tyrese Halliburton fan, but I thought you would have said like Joel Embiid.
No. Joel Embiid is actually good
I'm just saying
when healthy.
For you.
Yeah. No. What I was surprised about, how isn't LaMelo Ball on that list?
What?
Come on. Your best availability is availability.
If you want to say that,
he's not on the you Elvis. The next time we talk about LaMelo Ball, the next time he plays 2 months straight, 3 months straight. Until then, we're allowed to talk LaMelo Ball on this show. Till then, we ain't gonna bring him up. Is that fair?
25 games?
25 games in a row. Is that fair? You say it because that's hard.
It's tough for him.
It's tough.
He got long legs.
Legs. I like the jaw and the back and forth with Halliburton and Dame. And Dame is cleared. He's going to be playing game 2. And he's going to bust his ass when Dame's on the court. I mean, Dame is going to give him buckets. I'll say this with the Bucks, though. They need to go out and get someone. It just give Giannis some help. He was doing everything. And they weren't in the game. And Pascal Siakam, this is a person I will give credit for. It's not flashy. It's not sexy. But the guy is legit. I mean, Pascal Siakam is a champion, 1, and 2, he's a bucket. Yeah. I saw it last season against the Knicks in the playoffs, and I saw it in game 1. That you need a bucket, you're going to give it to Pascal Siakam.
His mid-range growth throughout, what we saw in Toronto till now, is damn near elite.
Oh, my God. And
in
he
the
doesn't get
mid-range.
talked about because
In
his
a small
game's not
market.
sexy.
And he's in a small market team. I
Yeah.
guarantee if he was on the Lakers, Pascal Siakam would be an all-star.
This man needs to get, and I'm glad he got paid. And right now, he's underpaid.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Real quick on the Bucks, give credit for the Indiana Pacers taking care of covering the spread for game 1. But when you have, shout out Tony Snell, when you have Kyle Kuzma give you an offer,
He's
0
trash.
points,
He's
0
trash.
rebounds, 0 assists. He's a champion, Dale. We saw him hit a huge shot in the play-in, Dale. We know Kyle Kuzma can hit the big shot. What we saw in game 1 was just a horrible game. I think he'll be better. I think Taurean Prince will be better. He had an offer as well. Giannis, monster game. But some of these other guys, and not for nothing, I expect Bobby Portis to be better. He struggled offensively, 0 for 4 from
No
the three-point line.
PEDs.
It's
the truth.
Damian Lillard returning. I think we're going to see a better version of the Milwaukee Bucks team. I even like him plus the points tonight.
I do too. Not to skip ahead, but I think Milwaukee bounces back. Real quick before we move on to the Knicks series, what kind of game do you expect from Dame here in game 2? Because the way he was looking on the bench, he looked locked in.
I expect him to be aggressive just because what did we see from the game 1? Giannis needed help, and I think that's what Damian Lillard is going to bring. Somebody that's going to take the stress out of Giannis. What we saw from the first quarter from Giannis, I think we saw him attempt 8 to 10 free throws just in the first quarter alone. He won't need to be that aggressive with Damian Lillard there. So I think we're going to see an aggressive Damian Lillard. Probably have him be aggressive early on and let Giannis work in, because Giannis doesn't need to find his shot. He doesn't need to get in rhythm. He's gonna go get his. Let Damian Lillard get in rhythm. Let him be aggressive early and let Giannis work in. Because if Damian's hitting these shots, Giannis is driving the ball. Guess what? Kyle Kuzma is going to be open in the corner. Taurean Prince is going to be open in the corner. That's easy off pressure off everybody. You know who else is going to be open at the key? Brook Lopez for a 3 as well. So if you have Damian Lillard being aggressive early from the outside, Giannis driving the ball inside, he could kick it. Kyle Kuzma, Taurean Prince, Brook Lopez. To me, that's the recipe for success for the Milwaukee Bucks. An aggressive Damian Lillard early, let Giannis drive and kick.
Pistons tie up the series 1-1 last night. Knicks could possibly be down 0-2, but I'll say this, and I said it when they signed him. Cameron Payne game, baby. My man went crazy.
Game 1, he went crazy.
Game 1, and he said it perfectly. He was like, yo, I blanked out. I don't even know what happened. He just
some of those shots he just put up.
Yeah. Yo, and it was crazy. Shout out Cam Payne. I'll say this, though. Game 2, you trade away 6 draft picks for Cat, Mikal Bridges, and they give you that kind of performance in the second half? Isn't Cat on record for saying he's the best shooting big man of all time?
Yes.
How dare you? How dare you? And then you perform like that against an inexperienced young Pistons team? You should shut your damn mouth. What are you talking about? Shout out OG. OG's been bugging. Outside of that,
OG had a bad game.
For game 1, he was good.
Game 1, it was good.
Yes. I mean, the whole team wasn't really that good, but I'll say this. You trade up that much for Mikal and for Cat Williams, you need more than 6 total fucking points in the second half. And they almost came back and won the second game too.
Mm-hmm.
They got to take care of business. They got to win a game. They cannot go back to the Garden down 3-1 because the series would be over. That's what I'll say on the Knicks. How fucking dare you?
I love the energy, holding your team accountable. I love it, Dill. What did I tell you last podcast? If in game 1, Cade Cunningham started the game 3 for 11. If Cade Cunningham starts the game 6 for 11, you're in trouble. And that's exactly what happened, Dill. We saw Cade Cunningham lead this young Pistons team at the Garden and lead them to victory. What we saw from a young Cade Cunningham, which is flat out special. 33 points, 12 rebounds, 11 for 21 from the field. Dill, surprisingly, you know who's been the most shocking player to me this series so far?
Ex-Nick.
Tobias Harris. It's not the
Oh.
ex-Nick. It's
Oh.
Tobias Harris. Give you what? 23, 24 game 1. Give you 15 in game 5. 13 rebounds. That's the key, people. Tobias Harris. 15 boards, 13 rebounds. Who would have thought? Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Dennis Schroeder, former Brooklyn Net. Give
Huh?
you 20 points off the bench. 6 or 10 from the field. 3 from 5 from the 3-point line. Ask Germany. That guy could do it all.
Champ.
You have people who's been there and done that. Malik Beasley had an off night. 1 from 8 from the 3-point line. He'll be better come game 3, Dylan. So I don't want to take too much away from the Knicks. I think you guys should win this series. All I'm saying is, if you have Malik Beasley go shoot 3 or 4 threes a night, you have Dennis Schroeder give you 10 plus points off the bench, you have Kate Cunningham average about 30 points, and if for some reason Tobias Harris averages more than 15 points in the series, the Knicks are in trouble, Dylan. I'm sorry to tell you the Knicks are in trouble.
It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
And even in game 1, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 20, 25 points. He was going crazy outbreak dunks. And honestly, I know I say Cameron Payne won the game, but the Pistons kind of blew it too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to.
And I
not
agree
to
with
say.
your opening statement. You could have easily been down 0-2.
Yeah. 100%. So we will see. There's going to be a dogfight. And then the last one, Boston blew out the Magic. Magic were competitive first half, and then the second half, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, exactly.
Me. I was fucking good. I even stopped watching it. I said they covering the 14 and a half. I tuned back in. I'm like, it's 24-point lead. What happened?
When Derek White is your fourth option and he's giving you 30.
Peyton Pritchard too, man. Tired.
I mean, Derek White is your fourth option, and that's not saying it disrespectfully.
It's no disrespect. He's an all-star. Shit, he's an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
If he gives you 30, they're going to the finals. Oh, I'm sorry. I like the Cavs. I'm a Knicks fan, but they're not beating the Celtics.
If you have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown not even giving you 20 points and you win by almost 30, 20,
it's over.
That's saying a lot. A lot.
So basically it's been great so far. I thought back and forth, the NBA Finals, a lot of favorites winning. Like I said, outside of Clippers tying the series up, Pistons tying the series up, and the Warriors winning on the road. Oh, the Timberwolves won on the road as well. Which I think that's a little outlier, but it's been good so far. A couple blowouts. I don't think we have a problem, but a lot of favorites winning. Even on the NHL side, a lot of favorites winning. Golden Knights won at home. Winnipeg, they're up 2-0. LA Knights, they won at home. Stars and Avalanche, I think that's going to be the best series. It's tied 1-1 on the West Coast. And on the East, Toronto won at home game 1. Game 1 for the Lightning is weird, oddly enough, tonight when everyone has played a game or two. Carolina, they took care of my Devils. Devils suck. Capitals, shout out Ovechkin, got the game winner in overtime. They got game 1 as well. So a lot of favorites winning. Are you surprised by all the favorites, not just in NBA and NHL, but you see it mostly like even in college playoffs, a lot of the home teams winning, and a lot of them are blowouts, kid.
A little, we saw it, during March Madness. It was just straight chalk across the board. And so far in the playoffs, round 1, understandable round 1. Maybe we'll see some upsets in round 2, but in round 1, usually the favorites do win. It is what it is. This ain't Golden State versus Dallas with Baron Davis,
Yeah. But anything else? Oh, by the way, you can get our reaction this Friday on XK Picks, but WrestleMania 41, man, 2-night event. It was fucking fantastic. John Cena breaks the record 7. He's the GOAT. It's done. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, I don't think Ric Flair was ever considered the GOAT, but now it's no.
He was on a Mount Rushmore, I would say.
Yeah. But now it's no, a lot of people, The Rock, Triple H. Yeah, I think now John Cena is undefined the GOAT. The only thing I can say is, me personally, I wish John Cena would have came out like if it was 2006, headband, armband up, puffing the damn sneakers and running out. I wish it would have been that John Cena. I understand he's a heel now, whatever. But to me, for his final WrestleMania appearance, I feel like he had to show one last time to his loyal fans to John Cena from 20 years ago.
He does that. That's the thing. That's the heel in him now. He doesn't give a damn what.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
love it.
And I'm starting to see now, especially with the interviews, this is authentic.
Oh,
Like,
he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck. And like, he can care less. And I can respect that because I've never been in his shoes, never been a celebrity, but I could just tell after 20 years in the business, he's just had enough. You know,
and he's given this company everything, and you hear it, and it's, I know, you know, you're making a shoot or you're working the crowd, but these the fans are awful sometimes to him, and he goes, you people don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't want to know the real me. And you can hear how authentic he is. I don't think that's fake right there. Like, I really think he
like when I was watching an interview. I don't know if it was a Pat interview or not,
he was on the show yesterday.
He was like, "You fucking assholes was making fun of my bald spot.
My bald spot. Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's why I got a new hair.
Yeah, that's real life shit. You know?"
He goes, "I can't help it. I got genetics."
Yeah, like that's some real life shit. And like, I understand. Like, that will make me understand. Like, it's bigger than what he was showing us. Now he's like, I'm over it. I could care less what y'all think.
And you mentioned Ric Flair. A lot of people are like, oh, John Cena, he got the belt being dirty. Every fucking time Ric Flair got the belt, he did something dirty. People loved it. So
especially
I don't want to hear
2000.
anything. Yeah, I don't want to fucking hear anything about John Cena doing anything dirty. I loved it. But anything else over the weekend, kid, that I missed? We got NBA playoffs. We got NHL playoffs in full swing.
No, that's about it. I think we covered about everything. All the game ones, exciting weekend.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to, we got a great interview with Joe Serralo of VSiN Network, and honestly, a very interesting take on maybe the Indianapolis Colts, what they might do. Really, I was telling Elvis, it really got me thinking, like, shit, they might actually do that. Quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market. Hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or watching the NFL draft, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. And now, here is our interview with Joe Serralo. All right. Great interview with Joe. You guys can catch him on the Crashing Out show on Sunday through Thursday over on the VSiN Network. Great story about how he became how he got into the sports betting industry as well. He is a Giant fan, so good luck to him and his Giants at #3. Kid, real quick, there was a lot we just talked about with Joe, maybe in the quarterback, the running back market, the wide receiver market, what my Jets will do. Kid, we're about two-ish days, maybe. Yeah, about a little over 48 hours away from the draft. Cam Ward's going to go 1. I think that's all set in stone. I think Travis is that #2. And I'll say this, kid, I think he's going to be playing more offense than defense. And here's why. I think he's a great corner, but you could impact the game more on offense than on defense right now. You could play him on special teams, returning punts, and offense, he's going to play in the slot. And I think with Joe Flacco or whoever winds up being the starting quarterback for the Browns, he's great after the catch. And I think he's hot take. I think he's going to be a better offensive player than defensive player in the NFL.
That is a hot take. Me personally, as a Patriots fan, I'll be highly upset. He goes
Okay, so you don't want Abdul Carter. You want Travis Hunter. Let's be honest.
No. I personally want a dual Carter,
Oh,
but if Travis goes second, I think
Abdul's
Abdul
Carter
goes third.
Yeah.
If Abdul goes second, I feel like Travis. There's a small chance Travis falls to 4. If Travis goes, there's no chance. But this, I'm more confident that Travis drops to 4 than Abdul drops to 4.
And Joe was saying if that happens, which I do think it does, if Travis goes second, Abdul's going third, and vice versa. Abdul goes second, and you pair him with Myles Garrett. Jeez. I think that's the way it should go.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it's going to go. That's how I would want it to go. I think you pair him up with Myles Garrett, and then Travis Hunter with the Giants. Do you go offensive tackle then? If both of them are gone, do you go offensive tackle?
I think that'll be the smart thing to do. Young quarterback, might as well protect them now, have them possibly together for the next decade. Yeah, I like that. But who's going to be the game changer now? I see 2 in the draft that is possibly we could land, and that's Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. Those are impact players right now.
I agree, 100%. But if you don't, Will Campbell, thoughts on the LSU kid? Think he's gonna be the first offensive tackle off the board though.
Yeah, it's either gonna be him or Mimbo.
Mimbo from Missouri.
From Missouri. I'll be happy with either or. Personally, I'll be happy with either or. I would probably take he was saying Campbell is more NFL ready now than Mimbo, but Mimbo got more upside. I don't mind taking on the project deal. I wouldn't mind taking Mimbo or Campbell just to protect Drake May. But personally, Dill, I want Travis Hunter or I want to do.
And Joe was even mentioning something along the lines like maybe even Shador, and the betting market indicate that 7-1 for Shador to be drafted by the Jets. And I don't want that because I kind of agree with Joe where I think Shador is good, but I don't think I wouldn't draft him.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
This is my top 4. I have Cam, I got Abdul, I got Shador, I got Travis Hunter. That will be I don't know. That might be the Patriots fan in me talking, but for some reason, I don't think the Giants pass up on Shador Sanders. I don't think the Giants pass on Shador Sanders. For all the turmoil they've been having at the quarterback position, I understand they got Jameis Winston. I understand they got Russell Wilson. But what got them on? 2-year deals, 1-year deals. Those are all bridge quarterbacks.
100%. Just like the Jets. Just like with Justin Fields. So that's why I understand what Joe was saying about Shador. If I'm the Giants, though, I can't, to your point, what you just said, I can't pass up on generational talent, whether it's Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. So if one of them is going to be there, which they will be, me as a GM, I have to take that. And if I'm because the Giants have the second pick in the second round at 34th overall. What if you go and get a Jackson Dart? What if you get Shador? What if Shador falls to the second round? I don't think that's a shocking thing to say from everything leading up until the draft. I don't think it's a shocking. If Pittsburgh doesn't draft him or New Orleans doesn't draft him at 9 or 21, maybe the Rams.
Yeah, realistically, do I see Kenny drop to the second round? No, just because I feel let's just say the Giants as the example. Yeah. They will move up to trade back in the first round. Something similar like what we saw with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson moving back into the first round and selecting him 32nd overall. I don't think there's no way in hell that Shador's lasts that long. And I don't even think 3 quarterbacks will last that long.
You said over under, and he put the number at 3. And I would agree. I think you got to put it at 3. I think I would actually take the under 3.5. If you give me the hook, I would take under 3.5 quarterbacks in the first round.
Yeah,
are you sold on Jackson Dart? I'm not.
But these other teams were sold on other players that I never brought.
But and I think Joe made a great point. Are you certain he's better than a Spencer Rattler?
Mm.
I'm not. I'd rather take Spencer Rattler. Suck for the year because he has security. I thought that was a great point that he made. Other teams like the Giants, they don't have really security.
Yeah, Kellen
Brian
Moore just came
Daboll,
off a Super Bowl. He good.
yeah, exactly. And he just got a nice deal. Brian Daboll, you are in win now. You have to win. If you don't win, you are gone with the GM. You're gone. And that's why I think a lot of people want the Giants to, as a person who knows and talks to Giant fans, they want a quarterback.
I think the Ghost should do it though. I told you my top 4.
Be very interesting.
I hope it goes exactly that way.
I going down the list a little bit, I think there's a world where Abdul Carter falls to 4. And if he falls to 4, I think you gotta draft him for the Patriots.
The what is it? The pick is in.
Yeah, immediately.
Our clock wouldn't even show up. You know, it'd be like 5, 6, 7 minutes. It would just say pick is in.
The running back position, Alshon Gentry. Now, I don't think he's a generational talent, but that doesn't matter what I think. I agree with Joe. He's going to be a top 10 draft pick. He's probably going to be a Raider, and I think that's a great pick for Pete Carroll. I think with Pete Carroll, with Chip Kelly, if you watched Ohio State last season, they are going to want to run the football. I think that's great for Geno Smith as well. I think Alshon Gentry is the best pick at number 6 for the Raiders. Is that fair to say?
I'm not saying that's fair to say because we don't know what's available at number 6 thus far, but I think it's gonna be hard not to see him go in the top 10 just because I think one thing that people got to take into consideration, I think the running back market value went up. You know, we saw Saquon be the highest paid running back in NFL history, coming off one of the greatest seasons from a running back in history.
Yeah.
You saw Derrick Henry at old man age. For the people out there that's not watching, I personally think Derrick Henry, after the season, Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, that they increased the running back market. And I think we're going to see more running backs get drafted earlier, like we saw Jameer Gibbs, Brian Robinson Jr., because those guys came in and made an immediate impact. And I think Gentry, in the right situation, could come in and make immediate impact. So do I see him going top 10? Yes. Do I think he's a top 10 talent? Yes. Would I be shocked if the Raiders pass on him? No.
All right, kid. Well, should be interesting. We will see what happens Thursday night in Lambeau. Should be very interesting. I cannot wait, and you won't have to wait too long to see who your Patriots draft. Let's get to our picks. Let's get to the NBA and see. We do have 3 games here on a Tuesday, and we will start in Indiana. The Pacers looking to take a 2-0 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks. Damian Lillard is back in the lineup. Pacers still laying 4 at home, -171 on the money line, +150 for the Bucks. Total is at 228. What do we like here, kid?
Give me the Milwaukee Bucks +4.5 on the road. Like I said earlier, I feel like with Damian Lillard coming back, he's going to be a little aggressive, which they need. Giannis going to be able to drive and kick out. And like I said, I expect a bounce back game from Kyle Kuzma, Prince. And not for nothing, though. I think Dame is going to be exactly what they need. Give me the +4.5 with the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think defensively, the Bucks going to have to perform better. Because we know the Pacers, they want to run it out. They want to run it out. And I think they're going to have to slow down Halliburton, and also they'll off the bench TJ McCollum. They gotta slow him down because we saw him last year in the playoffs hurt the Knicks. I think he could possibly hurt the Bucks as well with the energy coming off the bench. So I think the Bucks defensively needs to watch for Halliburton, flying up and down the court, and TJ McConnell.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks here as well. I think they're live outright as well. I think Damian Lillard is going to go crazy here tonight. Tyrese Halliburton was talking up a big storm. be careful what you say, because now Damian Lillard has been there and done that, and I think he's going to go on the road and go crazy. I would look at his total props and points over as well. I'm going to take the Bucks here as well, +4 on the road. I also like Andrew Nimhart over 10.5 points for the Indiana Pacers. He had 17 in game one, and I think he's a good option that really no one really pays attention to. All the focus is going to be on other players where, you know, he could go under the radar, and 10.5 points is a low number here at home. So I'm going to take over 10.5 points for Andrew Nimhart as well. I think that's a very good play as well. Let's go to the second game. OKC Thunder trying to look to make this sweep. 14.5 lane here at home. +709, +14.5 for the Grizzlies, total at 230. Highest total on the board for tonight, kid. What are we thinking here?
Call me crazy. Give me the +14.5 with the Memphis Grizzlies. I think they bounce back here. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're live dogs by any chance, but I expect a better outing from John Morant, Desmond Bain, Jared Jackson Jr., Scottie Pippen Jr. They all shot collectively horrible from the field. I think they'll have a better outing shooting the ball. Give me John Morant over 22.5 points. Last game, he just had 17. If you think John Morant's going to have back-to-back games under 22.5, in the playoff series, I think that's just a little crazy. Give me over 22.5. I think the number is a little low. And don't get me wrong, they're not live in this series, but you can say it's a must-win game. Give me the over 22.5 and give me the +14.5 with the Memphis Grizzlies.
I will call you crazy. This game, I don't know how it's going to be close. If they win again by 50, should they just forfeit the next two games?
Yeah. But I think I'll put it like this. I think they could win tonight. I'm gonna say 8 to 12 points. They cover the 14.5. Be closer than you think. Yeah.
Let's go to the last game on tonight's slate. In LA, Lakers hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. By the way, Anthony Edwards fined $50,000 for saying his dick is bigger.
Yo,
which, I mean, hey, it is what it is at this point. But funny guy, I'll say that Anthony Edwards is a very funny guy.
He's an authentic guy, and I can respect that. He's his own man. He's gonna talk his talk. He's not gonna back down from anybody, even a random fan. So shut up.
When the fan says, "Where are your kids?" Like, you're a cocksucker. First of all, like you're a dick for saying that.
I would have been like, "What their baby mother?" As they should be. I'm at the game. I'm working. What are you doing? Watching me work.
You're love me or hate me.
I'm getting paid while you spending money. That's the difference.
To watch me. Yeah. So
watch
love me or hate me.
Team.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. You didn't have to deal with that. That's what you had to say. You wasted money to watch me beat your team.
He said 200 mil in the bank. He's not lying.
Fact.
He's not lying.
It's gonna be about 300 more in a few years.
Question: did Anthony Edwards say anything that wasn't factual?
I'm gonna assume not.
I'm gonna assume not. But real quick, kid, I'm gonna take the Lakers here. Like I said, I'm not worried about them. I'm gonna lay the 5.5 points. I think LeBron he's gonna be more assertive, especially early on. They need to win game 2. They can't go back to Minnesota down 0-2. I think they take care of game 2, tie it up, and go to Minnesota. I'll lay the 5.5 with the Lakers.
Yeah, Dale. I love saying these words. For the Los Angeles Lakers, this might be a must-win game. I love saying that come playoff time. You can make the case this is a must-win game for the Los Angeles Lakers. I think JJ Redick is gonna have some pressure on them tonight. You can't lose your first 2 games at home. That's just unexplainable. After Luka had a great performance, I'm with you, Dale. Give me the Lakers -5.5 at home. I think LeBron is going to insert himself early on. Luka's still going to do Luka. And give me a bounce back. This guy had a horrible game 1. Give me him to have a better game 2. Give me Rui Hachimura over 11.5 points at -120. I think this number is just a little too low. He's going to get the minutes. He's a starter. And to be honest, if the Lakers are going to cover this number, they need Hachi to get him at least 15 to 18. Give me the over 11.5 and the Lakers -5.5.
All right. Wednesday, we do have 3 games, and we'll get to them real quick. Boston Lane, 10.5. Jason Tatum is out for game 2. Totals at 197.5. Lowest total on the board. Can the Magic cover this number?
I like it. The only thing that worries me a little bit, the fact that Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, I think they had what 16 and 17 points respectfully, and you still lost this game by 20 points just because you got guys like Porzingis having a good game, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. I'm gonna go with Derek White though. Give me Derek White over 16 and a half points. They're gonna need offense coming from somewhere. We know Jalen Brown ain't 100% with that knee soreness or whatever he's dealing with his knee. Like you said, no Jason Tatum. Give me Derek White over 16 and a half points. Kind of like the 10 and a half. If anything, look at the first half because we saw the Magic perform great. If anything, like the first half plus 6.5. But my official play, Derek White over 16 and a half points.
Another double-digit spread. Cavaliers in game 2, laying 12 at home against the Miami Heat. Total is at 212. If you like the Heat, plus 482 on the money line. You giving them any shot here to keep it close?
Realistically, Cleveland Cavaliers, they're just a great team. And at home, I'm going to just stay away. Maybe in Miami, if the spread is double digits, I'll probably take Miami, which I highly doubt it'll be. But I'm going to just stay away from this game, Dale. If anything, I'll lean the minus 12 with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game 2 in Houston tomorrow night, 9:30. Rockets laying 3 at home, plus 3 for the Warriors, plus 140 on the money line. Total is at 203. Very big adjusted number for the total. I still think we'll see an under. I mean, what was it, 94, 80 something? I mean,
Yeah.
we barely got 190 points last game. I like the under. These teams hate each other. We're going to see a very physical style. I'm going to take Golden State again. I think they're the better team, and they're going to go home up 2-0. Give me the under and give me the Warriors.
Give me the Houston Rockets minus 2.5 at home in a must-win situation. Like I said, I expect Fred feet to be better. I expect Jalen Green to be better. You know, they got a taste of the playoff buzz. Now it's time to go out there and execute. And I think they'll do just that. Let's not forget, Ime Udoka is a great head coach, and I think he'll have his boys ready and more prepared for game 2. Give me Houston in a must-win game at home.
All right. Let's go to the NHL. Devils are playing tonight. They play very soon, actually. We also got Ottawa, the Battle of Ontario between Ottawa and Toronto. We also have Florida, game 1. The Battle of Florida. Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then Minnesota Wild taking on the Golden Knights. I'm going to take the Lightning here in game 1, minus 119 on the money line. I know Matthew Tkachuk is activated. He will play game 1, but I don't know how healthy he's going to be. So I do think Tampa Bay takes care of business here at home. I'm going to fade the Devils. Luke Hughes is out. They're dealing with a bunch of injuries. They're not good right now. Carolina might sweep a more gentleman sweep. I'll take Carolina minus 1.5 at plus 102. I always take the team total over 3.5 as well. I think they're going to blow the Devils out. And then I kind of like Golden Knights, but they are juicy, minus 200 on the money line. So I maybe take them in regulation, but I like Golden Knights to go up 2-0 here in game 2. Kid, baseball, we got a full slate here on the diamond as well. Mets first place, kid. We're loaded. I think we won 5 games in a row so far. What do we like? I love the board tonight, actually.
Yeah, I don't love a lot of games. I only have 2 plays for you guys, so I'm gonna just say the 2 and then let Dylan end it off. First game, San Diego Padres taking on the Detroit Tigers. Love seeing the Tigers over 500, by the way. 5 games over, shut out Detroit. But I'm going on the opposite side. I'm going with Pavetta on the mound. Give me the St. Louis, San Diego Padres. They're dogs now. I caught a number earlier, minus 105. They're plus 113 now. Love it still. Give me Pavetta and the Padres on the road versus, surprising so far, a good Detroit Tigers team.
Yeah, our pick to win the North.
And then my final game, Seattle Mariners taking on the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox at home. Bello making his first start of the season against Brandon Miller. I'm going to go with the Red Sox at home. A little worried that Bello's making his first start, but I think he'll be just fine. Give me the Red Sox minus 130 on the money line. Right now, money is going the other way. I see minus 122 around, so If you want to fade me, by all means.
6 plays for me. First one, we're going to continue to fade the Yankees. They lost last night to the Guardians. Going to fade them again here with Will Warren on the mound against Tanner Bybee. They've won 4 in a row. Guardians playing well. They hit well on at home as well. So I'll take the Guardians minus 104. Opposite sides, kid. Give me the Tigers minus 110. Money is coming in. So money's coming in on my side. Jack Flaherty, he's the man. And this is our pick to win the division. The Detroit Tigers as well. So I'm going to take the Tigers. Padres, good at home. Like to fade him here on the road. I'll say this, though. Nick Pivetta has pitched really well this season. So maybe a look towards an under in that game. Another game I'm going to fade you. Give me the Mariners here. I like Bryce Miller here. Brian Bello in his first start. Prove it to me. Prove it to me. And they just lost to the White Sox the other day over the weekend, the Red Sox. So I'm going to take Bryce Miller in the Seattle Mariners here on the road plus 112. Mets, baby, the red hot Mets, 16-7 on the year. You got to love it. Best rotation in the league, and our top 2 pitchers haven't even pitched 1 inning. Griffin Canning, I'm going to take him over Christopher Sanchez. I honestly, I know people are saying, oh, they're short favorites. You got to take Philly here to bounce back. They've lost 2 in a row. Philly doesn't even deserve to be favored on the road. Give me the Mets here. I got them at plus 118. Money has come in on my way. It's like around plus 104 right now. So I do like the Mets here at home. I think they continue to rock. Imanaga at home against the Dodgers against Dustin May. Dustin May has been good so far, 106 ERA, but give me Shohei Imanaga at home plus 104 for the Chicago Cubs. And then the only last play I have left is the Athletics. 10-12, not terrible for the Athletics. And I'm going to take him here. We got to fade Patrick Corbin. He hasn't been terrible, but what could go wrong will go wrong. So I'm going to take the Athletics here, minus 125 at home. I think this is a nice bounce back spot for them, kid. Any last thing before we get up out of here?
Oh, no, Joe. Let's just have a good day, good night. Enjoy the weather. And it's hopefully Travis Hunter or a dual quarter falls to number 4. And I'll be a very happy man come next pod. Well, 2 pods from now.
Well, everyone, enjoy the games. Good luck on your bets. Thanks again for Joe for coming on. Bye. Peace.